Hello, 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 Wyndrider.
What's up?
What the fuck is going on, guys?
Not much, man. Currently sitting in a McDonald's parking lot because none of us have cell phone service out here where we live in the country.
Holy shit, man. You guys are way out in the woods. Fucking Tennessee, man. Hell yeah. Well, we just got done blasting Pit Witch for these motherfuckers, and everybody's going nuts, dude. That shit is heavy as fuck. What the fuck are you guys smoking? What are you guys eating, man? Like, what the hell are you doing to make this fucking shit, man? Tell us about it.
All the drugs that we can ingest and stay alive.
Yes.
For the most part.
Hell yeah. But no, I mean, on a serious note, like the fuzz is real, man. The doom is there. Everything about it, man. The guitars, the bass, the drums, the vocals, it's all top notch, man, all the way across, man. Like, I'm blown away. Like, I've been listening to this whole record and just fucking, I love it, man. I love it.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you, man.
So tell us, like, how did you guys get started? Like, how long you been doing this and shit?
We played our first show a little over a year ago, and I think we actually started the band, like, officially.
Maybe October of 2022. Is that right?
Something like that.
Yeah. So it's been just a little bit over a year, really.
Holy shit.
And it's been a wild ride, for sure.
So you guys are new then? Like, that's fucking crazy, man. Like, you sound like you've been doing this for a long time.
Oh yeah, for sure. Our guitar player and bassist and everybody's been in a whole slew of bands, except for me. Really, this is my first crack at this shit. But they know what they're doing, obviously. So, and everybody just meshes really well together. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys all know what you're doing, man, for sure.
Hell yeah.
So, is like, what are some of your influences? What are some of the bands and stuff that you guys listen to that got you into doing this kind of stuff? Like, what made you become fucking metal maniacs?
My dad is the reason for me. He just, when I was a kid, he would get tapes and listen to them till he was sick of them and then pass them on to me. So I got a lot of, like, old classic rock and pre-metal heavy stuff at a really early age. And it fucked up my brain. But like, Steppenwolf is a big band for me, and Mountain. I fucking love Leslie West.
Hell yeah.
Black Sabbath, of course.
Hell yeah.
Gotta throw some like good heavy classic rock influences in there, like fucking Zeppelin and AC/DC and shit like that. We jam them obviously all the time still.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. So, as far as this record is concerned, like, can you tell us some of the songs and stuff? Like, what are some of the themes and stuff that are going on in these tracks?
We got a lot of different shit going on. I know, like, some of it's just, you know, kind of random topics. We're getting high, shooting the shit, and, like, you know, it'd be fun singing a song about snake children. Like, yes. Like, you just make up some goofy shit. But some of it, I mean, we've taken influence from, like Electrophilia, for example. I took a lot of influence on the lyrics of that song from, we were watching a lot of footage of, like, old electroshock therapy, medical document videos and stuff like that. And, like, kind of how people were experimented on, and, like, just the crazy shit that went on in, like, the 60s and 70s with that sort of thing. And that's kind of what inspired that song. We've got a lot of stuff going on, you know, talk about Satan a lot, which it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. Let me ask you, like, because I'm in Tennessee too, man, and people around here, or there's a lot of people that are kind of on the fence about the whole Satan thing. You know, like there's some people that really don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like, we all grew up in pretty, I'd say, restrictive Christian communities, right? Especially out here in East Tennessee. Like it can be real bad where we live.
Where we're sitting right now, you can look on a hill and there's 3 giant lit up crosses with a sign that says Jesus is Lord, if that says anything about where we're from.
Yeah, dude. I know,
so,
man.
Yeah, I guess a lot of the influence in that regard just comes from, I don't know, the oppression or just like the kind of general suffocation you feel with organized religion stuff going on so heavy in our area. We definitely took a lot from that, and it's fun to challenge, you know, get people riled up and whatnot.
Hell yeah. Well, one thing I wanted to mention was that my good buddy Leo from fucking Summoner Circle, he's one of the guys that kind of put you guys on my radar. How do you guys know him?
He actually, the first time that we played in Knoxville, him and I think most of Summoner Circle actually showed up. Herb and their bass player actually have another band, like a Doom Project, Ninja Witch.
Yeah.
They all came and hung out, and that was the first time I'd met Leo, and now we're in love.
He's our buddy for sure.
Yeah, he's badass.
Yeah, shout out to that man. I'm pretty sure he's been driving everybody that rides in his car fucking crazy with our album for like the past few weeks. Everyone's gonna get sick of hearing it, and it's all gonna be because of him.
Hell yeah. Well, speaking of the album, can you tell us about the album artwork? Because that's really, really cool. Who did that?
Yeah. So we hired an artist for it. His name is Novin. And he is a super duper talented guy. I would say that the art that we chose actually looks pretty different from a lot of the other stuff that he typically creates. But at one point in time, we had some artwork that Robbie was kind of experimenting with, and we thought we were going to use as the cover art, but then we realized that none of us fucking know how to do anything in regards to technology. So like the formatting of an album to put, you know, to print for the CDs and the vinyls that we've got and stuff, we didn't know how to do any of that shit. So we were like, you know what would be better is hire someone who does, and and they can do it for us and we won't fuck this up.
I still have the artwork saved, so maybe we can make a cool flyer or some shit out of it sometime.
But honestly, it's the best. I'm in love with it.
Hell yeah. Yeah. It's fucking awesome. I love that t-shirt that you guys sent over, man. It's fucking badass.
Glad you like it.
Hell yeah. So the name Wyndrider, how did you guys come up with that? Is there a story behind that?
If you want to know the truth about it, we were really high one time, me and Chloe, and watching Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
And I was talking about how back in the day Johnny Depp had that Winona Forever tattoo, and then they split up, so he got it changed to Wino Forever. And then through a weird conversation we had, I ended up talking about Winona Ryder and combining her name, and it ended up being Wyndrider. And I was like, it sounds cool. We were having a hard time thinking of band names that weren't like super close to other band names or album names, which is really hard to do. We
probably spent at least 3 days almost losing our minds trying to think of a band name when all this shit started.
So it's all thanks to Winona Ryder.
Man,
if you look at our circular album logo, the way that the D on Wind is shaped, it still kind of looks like it says Wino Ryder.
That is a cool story, man. Like, you know what? That just earned you guys fucking even more points in my book, man. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like, that's a whole nother level, man. That's cool as fuck, dude.
I mean, hey, she's a badass too, so.
Yeah, always steal from department stores.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, man. So tell us, like, so you guys are on the road right now. You've been playing shows. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's been awesome. We just got back from 3 days in Lexington, Kentucky, Cincinnati, Ohio, and Huntington, West Virginia. And all 3 of those shows were badass. All the bands we played with were badass. It was our first real, like, little trip on the road like that, aside from just a weekend
with
here and there.
Multiple dates.
Yeah, multiple dates, staying in hotels, eating shitty food the whole time, and it was so much fun. We're anxious to get back at it, which coming up, probably one of our next dates that we've got another run on June 1st through the 3rd, so we're all really looking forward to it.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna try not to leave my debit card this time.
Yeah, no leaving debit cards at the bars by accident and then getting locked out.
Man, and I saw Doom Charts fucking posted about you guys today too, man. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, for sure. We were overwhelmed to find out that we made it to number 11, I think it was, on Doom Charts for the March releases, because we released on March 31st for the album. So right at the tail end of everyone getting their votes in for March or whatever, we made the cut for their list, and that was incredible. Really,
there was so many good bands on that. And to be put where we were on that list, it really means the world to us.
hell yeah, Acid King's release was number 1 on that list.
Yeah, they said we're 10 bands worse than Acid King, so that's dope.
Man, I'm telling you what, dude, after listening to this record like a bunch of times this week, you guys are definitely on my list that'll come at the end of the year, man, for sure, man. Like, it's gonna be up there, man. It's got to be, because this is one of the best fucking new Doom albums that I've heard in a while. I mean, just
Thank you.
There's so many different dynamics and different things that you guys do on this record too. Like, it's not like you cannot just listen to just one song and get the whole thing. Like, you have to listen to the whole album front to back. Like,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Thank you so much.
And that's a cool thing, you know, because I mean, in today's world, in nowadays, like, sometimes, a lot of times, you listen to a record and it's like it's the same from the beginning to the end, you know, and you kind of just pick.
It's easy to come up with one really solid riff and use it for everything.
Yeah, just milk it.
It's hard not to do that sometimes too, but I like to play around a lot. I don't. It's stoner doom, but I don't really box myself into playing guitar like that. Like, I love old blues and southern rock and shit like that. So gospel, I love gospel music and country music. We roll up to Doom shows blaring Power in the Blood and shit, or Hank Williams.
Yeah. Yeah, and our bass player as well, like, if you get Josh and Robbie in a room together for probably more than 5 minutes, they've already come up with an entire fucking song. So they keep me pretty on my toes when it comes to getting on their level and writing as many lyrics as I can possibly push out of my brain, because they're writing songs faster than you can blink, basically. So it's definitely a good team, if nothing else.
Yeah, I've definitely been in bands where it's hard sometimes to write songs, but me and Garth get together and it's like we don't even have to try to write shit. We just start playing and everything comes together. It works out really well. I don't know how it works. It's like he's a wizard, so he's probably put some kind of spell or some shit on me. But bless him for it.
Hell yeah, man. Speaking of wizards, man, like that little instrumental thing that you guys do at the end of the record, Sleeping Wizard, that's badass too. Like, even that, like, I'm like, fuck, what is this?
Yeah, that was my little project. I got a new bass guitar, and nothing's more inspiring than getting a new instrument. So I sat down and just wrote that whole little thing and put it together, and we decided to put it on the album, and it's pretty awesome. I'm happy that it's there.
Hell yeah. One of my favorite songs is Space Paper, Acid Saloon at the end. That's a fucking monster track, man. Fucking almost 8 minutes long, but it's like it does not bore you. It does not put you to sleep at all. Like, it keeps you fucking watching and listening, you know?
Hell yeah.
It's like taking a hit of acid. You can't go to sleep.
Hell yeah.
That one's got kind of a funny story behind it too, and I don't know if you got to bleep out anything we say, but half of that song I want to say was written while we were tripping one time, right?
Yeah.
Like, he came up with the guitar riff at that time, and we were like, wow, that's good. We should try to remember this when we're sober, you know? And by God, we did. And the lyrics themselves are written about this other time that we were at a music festival, and Robbie's completely off his gourd, just like partying, you know. He loses his shoes somewhere in the woods, and he's like freaking out, and we were just having the time of our lives. So you can see like elements of the song in there where like where it literally says somewhere, I've left my shoes. Like, we took direct parts of that night and made it into a song, basically, while also just adding in like the weirdest bullshit we could, because I mean, you know,
I miss those shoes.
That's really cool, because I mean, it has the word acid in it, and that's what my mind immediately went to when I was listening to it. I was like, were they doing that shit when they fucking wrote this shit? And you were, man. Hell yeah, dude.
That whole thing is completely inspired by LSD. Like, just wholeheartedly.
Which, you know, we like to keep the classic 70s rock vibe going strong with our music, and I feel like that's a real good way to emulate that, right? Is tributes to all the good LSD they were doing back in the day.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I also wanted to ask you, like, as far as the vocals, man, like, what are some of your influences on that? Like, what are some of the singers that you listen to that kind of influenced you on that? There's a whole slew of them. Like, I'm a really big fan of Jillian Taylor from Ruby the Hatchet. Obviously, Lori, Acid King, Wind Hand. I listen to them a lot. Like, you don't often, at least not me, I don't hear often a lot of like alto, lower voiced female vocalists in Doom. A lot of the time it seems to be the very high melodic, like kind of all over the place vocals, which I fucking love, but that's not my voice. And so it's inspiring to kind of hear like the lower tones and like, I don't know, stuff that sounds more similar to what I do. And that's definitely some of the places we've taken inspiration from in that regard. And I'll have to plug our good friend here. I actually have a custom vocal pedal that I use for some of my sound, built by Hagtronics, which is just a super awesome dude out of Nashville who builds custom guitar and vocal pedals. Not even actually that many vocal pedals. I think he's only done a few of them, but he built in every effect that I could possibly want to put on my vocals for live shows and for the album and stuff like that. And designed the artwork, designed the casing for the whole thing, and I carry that with me everywhere like it's my baby. So it definitely helps, I think, give kind of a distinct sound for what we're doing. Hell yeah, that is cool as hell, man. I mean, it's always cool to see the guitar player and the bass player with a bunch of pedals, but when you see the fucking singer with one too, that's a whole nother level, man.
It's my toy. It's me acting like I know what I'm doing when it comes to pedals and cool space noises like the rest of the guys. I got to keep up, you know.
Yeah, she's a sound person's worst nightmare.
Hell yeah. Well, so far as far as like you guys have been on the road and everything, like what's one of the craziest things that you guys have seen so far? Something that sticks out?
The horse at Mountains.
Oh yeah. We played this festival called Mountains of Metal, and there was a guy wearing a roach costume and a Hawaiian shirt that had a plastic, like a 3-foot tall plastic pony, and this guy was zooted, like he was out there. But he was having everybody draw on this thing, and the promoter, the guy that put the festival on, I don't know if he just hates My Little Pony or what, but in the middle of our set, he the roach guy puts the horse on stage
right beside me. Like I could have sat on it if I wanted to.
And then Mike comes up just to the front of the crowd in the front of the stage and grabs this little horse and starts smashing it into pieces on the front of the stage, like destroying this thing, and then takes it and throws it on a huge bonfire, except its head. So of course I had to pick up the head and start playing with it and had it on my amp and shit. That was pretty wild, and I'm not sure if it was because of the horse getting destroyed or if it was because of the dude in the roach costume and Hawaiian shirt. He also had a squirrel costume on at one point.
Like a squirrel over a cockroach over a Hawaiian shirt type combo.
God.
I don't even know that man's name, but we think about him all the time. So if you're listening, what's up, bro?
We call him Scroach.
Hell yeah. That's fucking awesome, man. All right. Well, so what's next for you guys, man? What do you guys have that you want to let people know about?
We got some really awesome shit coming up this year by way of shows.
A lot of festivals.
We're happy to say that we're going to be on Ohio Doomed and Stoned this year in July.
Holler of Doom Festival, which is London, Kentucky. That one's actually pretty close to our general region. It's about 3 hours away from East Tennessee, and it's a very grassroots, smaller festival put on by this awesome dude named David Langley, who knows what the fuck he's doing. This is, I want to say, its third year, and we played it last year. We're going to do it again this year. I'm super excited about that one. So if you haven't heard about that, for sure check it out. And we've got the Bad Seed Festival.
Bad Seed in Whitesburg. That one's like
one of our best friends in the world puts that thing on. Mikey Burke, we love you.
But some of our next actual dates, we've got next Friday, we've got a local show in Johnson City, Tennessee, at the Hideaway, which is our favorite place to be. And come June 1st, we're going to hit the road for that 3-day run we were talking about. We're going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina, Athens, Georgia, and Atlanta, Georgia, with some really awesome people. So if you check us out on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that and kind of stay tuned, we'll be rolling out show flyers and whatnot here real soon.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. And you know what? I would love to see you guys here at one of our festivals, man. So definitely, next year, fucking whatever you got to do, man. Send in a fucking submission or something, man. We would.
Yeah, you got it, man. We'll try.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, I'm about out of questions for you guys. Is there anything else you want to let the people know?
Just probably thank you. I mean, We've had the craziest one official year since we played our first show, We got a lot of thank yous, but just general thank you to everybody that's kind of supported us, has been rooting for us. People comment on our social media and message us all the time, and I love hearing from everybody. It warms my heart. And also, I really wanted to thank Danielle Fair, the person that's responsible for all of the mixing and mastering and producing of our album. They run a studio called The Wizard Productions out here, and they're a fucking genius. So we had a blast with that recording process and could not have done the entire thing without them, truly. So that's a big one for me. We're super grateful. You got anything else you want to add?
Thankful for the riff and Satan and marijuana. Without them, I wouldn't be who I am today.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, well, before I let you guys go, can I get you to make us a station tag real quick?
Yeah, if you walk me through it.
Whenever you're ready, say something like, "This is Wyndrider, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio."
Hell yeah. You wanna count it off?
No.
Do a 1, 2, 3. Hey, y'all, this is Wyndrider.
And you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio, kicking ass in Tennessee and everywhere around the world.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Smoke weed, fucking worship Satan, and crank this motherfucking shit up.
That's right. Loud amps save lives.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks a lot, guys, for taking the time. I really appreciate it, man. And
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, anytime, man. Anytime. Hopefully we'll see you guys soon on the road for sure, man. I'd love to see you guys live.
For sure. We'll catch you.
All right. Well, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to blast some more Wyndrider for these motherfuckers so they can go crazy, all right?
Hell yeah. Roll one up while you do it.
Fuck yeah. All right. We'll talk to you guys later, man.
Have a good one, man. See you.
Cheers. There you have it, folks. Wyndrider live on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation motherfucking radio. Like I told you motherfuckers earlier, put your speakers in your windows. Put them in your front lawns. Put them in your neighbor's driveway. Hell, fucking walk the motherfucker into your neighbor's house if you got a cable long enough and blast that motherfucker loud as a fuck. If you don't see U-Haul trucks everywhere tomorrow, what the fuck are you even doing, man? Like, really, dude, what are you doing? Crank it up, motherfuckers.